Okay, today we're going to do a quick run through on how to take a flipper mechanism out of a Pachinko machine. This particular one is a 1973 Shiroi Komomi. It's already been completely disassembled and ready to go just for down to its bare components so that I can give you this demonstration without all the distractions of the other pieces. These are the basic tools you're going to be needing. I use a number 1. Most of the screws number 1 or number 2. Just need some sort of pliers. You can use a socket set if you want. You want to have a hard plastic mallet for the last step, and these little guys are going to help you get your pins out. That's what I generally use, but you got to be really careful. So let me get these off here. Let's take a look at our front of our machine here. As you can see, I've got everything else stripped off. Here's our friend the flipper, and we want the flipper to go. The first thing that has to happen is this tray has to come off. So to remove the tray, you'll find either 2 or 3. Sometimes they cheat you and they only give you 2. But in this case, I've got all 3. Normally you'd use a pair of either a socket or the wrench for this, but of course I've got everything loosened up so you can see right where they all go. Get these off here. Then when you come around the front, the tray will come right off, or should. Okay, now these pieces here are held in with pins. I've already removed the pins here, here, one under my hand here, over here. All you have to do is remove all those pins. This guy will come right out and off, and you take this guy off as well. Now, around the back, all we have to do is remove this top pin, this piece first. I always take that off, and the washer. Let's go ahead and get our spring off there. Spring comes right off. Then, don't take this off yet. That's a big mistake a lot of people do, and they end up bending stuff. You got to get all these 6 screws out first. Sorry to waste a lot of video time taking these out, but I really don't have that much of a choice. Okay. Now you'll find that this procedure works pretty much on darn near every machine that was manufactured from the early 60s all the way up into the late 70s. They really didn't change this design very much. I mean, I guess they really liked the way it worked, and so they didn't feel any need to modify it in any way. I've seen some minor variations, but this is pretty much the basic setup that you're going to find. And once that's done, you can take off the bearing assembly here. As you can see, it just spins right off. That comes off. Now you've got your hammer holder here. Comes off. Your washer. Then the last and final step is to come around to the front and remove these 4 screws. Well, not the final step. You got one more thing to do. This procedure takes a little bit longer when sometimes the screws don't want to come out so easily, or you have to take it apart. There we go. But of course I just assembled this for this demonstration, so it's fairly straightforward. Now if you look at it, John, you can see this, the hammer doesn't usually want to come out very easily, so that's where you get your good friend. Do some hammer time action on this thing, and you just give it a couple of good pops, and out she comes. And that, my friend, is how to take apart the flipper mechanism.